Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here for the season finale of the Red Sox Racing Series. Season finale ready to kick off here tonight, live from Sebring International Raceway. It's going to be fun. I'm actually looking forward to it. Sebring, a very known racetrack throughout not only iRacing, but the world in general. Let me know your thoughts. Who gets the win tonight? We do already have a season champion for every class, it appears. We just have to wait for the race to actually start. Once it does, Paul Gibson, Ryan Robertson, and Colin Weatherholt, make sure everybody is here, will be crowned your 2021 Winter Series champion here for this one. So yeah, Sebring, I'm kind of curious about something. I'm sitting here watching these guys qualify right now. We got about 3 minutes left in qualifying. We can go ahead and go over to the big screen because if not, I will forget. I was sitting here looking at these guys out here. I'm curious if we're going to have a nighttime racer, which we have had it here before. So that's something to kind of look at as this goes on. Anyway, for people that don't know Sebring, this is a 3.7 mile track with 17 turns. Of course, one of the most famous turns, turn 17, Sunset Bend. It always makes things fun, setting up that long straightaway into not a tough braking zone, but turn one. But it should make things fun, especially with this 3-class field that we got with the LMP2, GTE, and GTD class. It's always going to make things fun. Once again, I'm your host, Adam Chapman. And we are also, I do want to shout out the season sponsor for the Red Sox Racing Series. If you have not checked it out, please do so at NotYourAverageGrain.com. It's Not Your Average Grain with the K, K-N-O-T, YourAverageGrain.com. And check out the season sponsor. He's a really awesome guy. It's veteran owned. A lot of woodwork and stuff like that. If you do got a military member that is a military member, check him out. Veteran owned. He basically does a lot of military decor. Some really cool stuff. I mean, some great work over on his stuff. They got some other stuff too besides the military decor. They also got a custom engraved pocket knife, which is awesome. They got some cupware, such as, custom printed cupware, some tumblers, stuff like that. So make sure you go over and check them out. NotYourAverageGrain.com. They're pretty popular on Facebook as well. You can check them out, Not Your Average Grain, and check out all the stuff they got. So we thank them once again for their awesome season sponsorship here for the Winter Series once again as we get ready to go race it here tonight. So, we do have to pit one time for people that don't know. Make sure you guys reach up, smack the share button, smack the subscribe button, hit the like button. It helps these guys get even more viewers and all that stuff for their broadcast. I love being a part of this series. This is now, I don't know how many seasons I've been in here. It's been a long time. I really do love this league. It's one of my favorite series. I actually... And I don't know if I should say this or not. I was actually really close to stepping away after this season because I didn't think I was doing a great job calling 3 classes. I feel like the league deserved better than just one person calling 3 classes. But I was told that people did enjoy the broadcast, so that's awesome. And it kind of made me did want to stay for another season for sure. So hopefully, if everything goes well, we will be back for next season, which I believe starts very soon. I'm trying to find these. Well, actually, I'm not allowed to say what that is, so because I know they're still working on it, so I'm not allowed to say that exactly. Anyway, watching driver on track. This right here is the number 13, Dave Hill. Of course, he's always fast. Currently 4th right now out of the 6-car LMP2 class. We got 6 LMP2s, 11 GTEs, and then 10 GTDs. How about Kevin Riddell up front in the GTD class, that Lamborghini setting down a 201.814. Good lap there for Kevin. Colin Weatherholt and Mitch Heller puts it on the front row. over in GTE. And then right now, Cameron Bidwell is on top with a 146.741 at the moment in LMP2. Here's Dave Hillsteel finishing up qualifying. As he's set to work down, he just exited turn 16. Working on his straightaway, going towards turn 17 and the final turn. Looking to try to grab the pole away here. And there you see him going into turn 17. You see how wide that turn is. A hard sweeping right-hander. See how long this track actually is, that turn. And not going to be the pole, it does not appear. Does it move him up the board? He was fourth, and it looks like he will stay fourth. So, and there you go. And that will end his run. So that's going to end qualifying here in the LMP2 class. We are set to go green flag here in just a few moments. I like how they added like the announcer kind of in the background. I think that just makes it really realistic. So pretty cool. You know, one of the cool, I don't know, I ain't going to even mention that. Anyway, let's get ready to go. Here's a look at your starting grid for this race. You can see the classes here. The Dallara P217 right there with Cameron Bidwell, Paul Gibson. Colin Weatherholt, Mitch Heller will be starting on the front row in the GTE. There's Brian Straubeck, Tommy Ride, who hasn't got a win, with Terry Dahlbacker in sixth as well. There's Nikhil. He had a pretty good run a few weeks ago. We actually missed last week because I had a family emergency, so I do want to apologize on broadcast for that. I know a lot of people was looking forward to it, and sadly had to miss it for a family emergency. It's all well and good. Everything's taken care of. There's Kevin, by the way, on the pole. Congratulations to him getting, I believe, his first pole this season in that. So we are ready to go here tonight. Ready to get this one going. All right. And once we start rolling and gridding up and all that stuff, you guys will see everything popping up on the good stuff. So, Cameron Bidwell up front. Let's take a look at his car. PG-13 alongside another PG-13 of Paul Gibson. It's a great looking car though. You know, I'm not very fast in these things myself. They're a handful to drive, but they are pretty amazing looking, I'm not going to lie. So we'll wait for the pace car to roll out. All right, everybody looks like they're about gridded up. So we should start seeing a pace car roll. Waiting on one more car, two more cars, now one more to grid up. And once we do, Kevin hasn't gridded yet back there in the P1 spot, I don't think. No, he has not gridded. Kevin not gridding up? That would be surprising to me if he does not. The leader of the GTE not gridding up, or the GT3, sorry. The GTD class not gridding up. Kevin, unfortunately, not making their grid. That's kind of surprising, actually. The pole sitter not going to make their grid in GTE. Kevin, who had a great qualifying effort, not going to make their grid. He's decided not to. So I can go ahead and officially announce this now. Your 2021 Winter Series champions will be Paul Gibson in that PG-13 car. Let me double check just to make sure. Yes, Paul Gibson will win the championship over in the PG-13 camp, with Ryan Robertson picking up the win over in the GTD class, and Colin Weatherholt will pick up the win over in GTE class. So congratulations to them three. We're going to try to talk to them here soon. We'll have to wait and see, but should be able to, hopefully. At the moment, though, we're going to watch Cameron Bidwell get this race started as he works around the 3-mile racetrack here at Sebring, an old abandoned, I don't think it's abandoned, it's an airport, right? I think they actually used this as a military base at one time. If I'm not mistaken, over in Sebring, Florida. I don't know if it's I don't think it's abandoned by any means, but anyway, we'll find out more about that because I can't remember exactly when they used it. I think it was used for a training base, I believe, for 1941 to 1946. There you go. So pretty neat, though. They actually did use that for this. All right, here we go. We're ready to get this one underway. We're waiting on the pace truck to drop in. Season finale set to kick off here from Sebring. We've got a couple more turns to take here before the pace truck drops in, and that's okay. See the 31, Paul Gibson, getting the tires warmed up on that race car. There's the GTE of Colin Weatherholt, and then once again he's your champion. And then over here is the 210 of Ryan Robertson. He's going to be your GTD champion here this season. Got some exciting news coming up about this series. I about said it a minute ago, but I don't think I should have or could have yet because it's not official, and I don't know if everybody knows it. But it is a pretty big announcement with this series. Really looking forward to actually announcing that. Once it comes out, I will share it on Trackside, and everybody that watches us here can follow it there. If you are interested in joining them, trust me when I say this, one of the best leagues you could get in. I've been in a lot of oval leagues, been in some road leagues. This is by far the best out of every one of them when it comes to how well it's put together and the friendliness in here. A lot of guys seem like they get along pretty well. They enjoy the races, and it's not too long of races. That's what makes it pretty cool. It's 30-minute sprint races pretty much, or 19 laps, should I say? It's about 30 minutes, right around, give or take on that. But here we go. Pace car drops in. We are set to get the season finale underway as the green flag waves. The Dallara P2 LMP2 cars underway. Cameron Bidwell, Dave Hill, Paul Gibson, all going at it. Mark Wilson looking underneath that PG-13 of Paul Gibson. Not going to be able to get it. Back to GTE. Colin Weatherholt getting us set for their season finale. There they go, underway. Battle right now going to be for P3 with Tommy Ryan and Brian Stroud, but Tommy on the outside trying to make a pass. Don't know if he's going to be able to get that just now. He does not. Let's jump back as we get set. Oh, we got a car off. That was our pole sitter. As the green flag waves for the field here for GTD. Everything looks good so far as Ryan Robertson is trying to space this out a little bit. Here's the 9 of Robert Centerville trying to take away the second spot from Mike Kudrowski. And right now we're going to jump up back to GTE as Bill Palucky, Ed Sutcliffe working for us. P7 here in class. GTE, the Ferraris, battling it out right now between these two guys. Sutcliffe in the number 33. Palucky in that yellow and blue and white, number 81. Coming through what I like to call somewhat the S's. Palucky looks to the inside, or should I say the outside, wasn't able to get it. A little bit further up in the field, here is Terry Dahl right up in front of these guys. Currently running 6th. Everybody right here kind of calmed down for the moment. We're going to jump up for a race lead. Overall race leader, Cameron Bidwell still with the lead. Paul Gibson currently running P2. trying to run down the driver of this 56 car. On board right now. That's a good looking camera view right there with Paul Gibson. You can see, by the way, the sun's starting to set. Very cloudy skies here at Sebring. No rain because iRacing don't have that yet, but it might be a matter of time. We'll be seeing that, I believe, here on the sim like everything else. Tommy Ryan in 5th place at the moment. That Corvette, he is a previous champion as he is working on the 42 of Mikhail Kopker, I believe is how you say his last name. Right on the back bumper. Tommy going to look to the outside. Now diving back to the inside. This line Terry Dahl as well to catch up to these two guys as Tommy's trying to figure out a way to get around this 42 car. It's a very tough place to pass here. Watch for a run right here coming out of the corner. Terry may look to the inside or to the right side to take that spot away. Wasn't able. Good battle here between 3 cars. As you see him right here, nose to tail, working through this section of the racetrack. PG-13, Patriot Fire, Corvette right behind him. You know, when it comes to classes in this one, GTE always has a special place just because I love the GTE cars in iRacing. So I kind of lean towards that a little bit more, but I am intrigued with a lot of these. As you see a battle right here with Dave Hill, Mark Wilson coming off turn 17 down the front stretch. Watch for Dave to make a late move here. Going into turn 1, Paul Gibson, new fastest lap. And there goes Hill, looking to the inside. Going to cut that corner off just a little bit. Does have the preferred lane. Oh, Mark Wilson goes a little wide. Dave Hill takes over P3. Les Turner. That Batman, number 01, working on Jim right here in 6th place. Riding on board right now with Les. One of the league admins here in Red Sox Racing Series. Been here a long time. Good to see him continuing to do what he does. Him and Terry both do a lot of work. As you see Les trying to make a move on Jim and that BMW right there. Les in that Lamborghini takes that spot away for the time being, moving him up to P5 in class. Here we go. Tommy Ryan was able to get around to 42 of Nikhil. Now Terry, oh, there goes Ryan around. Tommy Ryan, issues here at Sebring. That is a mistake that we do not see very much out of the previous champion. He's had a rough struggle since he's, I hate to say this, as much when he's switched to his Corvette, he has struggled a little bit to find his footing in that Corvette since he's made the switch. And he goes all the way back to P10 in class over that. Wow. Robert trying to close in on Mark Drowski. This would be for 2nd in class. Robert in that yellow number 9 car. Right up in front of him, you can see. We hop on board with Robert trying to run down this 944 car. Right behind him, by the way, is Christopher Jimenez. Christopher, of course, is a GTE, so much faster than these 2 cars. They're both in GTE, or Ds, so a little bit more speed behind him, but got to be very patient, especially when this is a battle for 2nd. You see the GT making a pass right there on Robert for now. And then he will try to do the same to this 02 once he gets to clear lane 2. That's the thing when it comes to these races. You've got to really pick your opportunity to pass a lot of these cars. And he's going to have a straightaway right here to be able to do so, I would expect. Yeah, you do see him. He don't actually have a hood. The 72 does not. But you can see kind of looks like he's under speed. But interesting there. But anyway, I don't know. You really... There's a lot of communication in this race and this series with, 3 different classes. You have to communicate a lot. And that's one thing about iRacing that you don't have in real life. You can communicate with other drivers as the race goes on, which is a good thing for sim racing, I think. Well, I heard somebody spinning. I don't see no issues, but everything good there. Colin Weatherholt still leading the way. This is a match that we've kind of, or a battle we've kind of watched over the past few weeks, really, between these two guys, Colin Weatherholt, Mitch Heller. And Colin's going to go on to win the championship, but Mitch Heller, to me, is the most improved driver in this series. Hands down, no questions. I'm sorry. To me, I just don't see anybody that's come close. He has done exceptionally well in this 3-class series. Since they switched to 3 classes, I think it really suits him better. And he has competed with wins. He's competed for them. He's been in a lot of late race accidents. It's not his fault. Well, some of it's his fault, not with other cars. But he's done a really great job this season competing for wins in the 45. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sitting here looking now. He's going to finish 3rd in points because Alex LaRose is going to finish 2nd, it looks like. That could change hands a little bit, I believe. Here tonight, yeah, the 2nd spot is able to change hands, it looks like, between Alex and Mitch. But Mitch has done a really good job, and he's gotten better. Another guy's pretty good this season is Les Turner. He's going to finish, it looks like, possibly 3rd in the points in the GTD class. So he's done a good job here as well this season for the most part. He's had a lot of average finishes. And as soon as I say that, something has happened to there's damage on the 01 car. Now, he started the season off rough. I don't know what happened here. Oh, well, right there. Not sure what happened there, but that was with the 15. Oh, that's what happened. He spins. Remember we thought we heard a wreck? That was with Kevin Rydell, who was up front. Was there contact? There was contact right there between the 4th place car. That is the 35, or the 34, I believe. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. That was, who was that? Was that somebody made contact with him? Trying to see who that was. It was a PG-13 car, but I can't tell who it was. Right here, it's tough to see. That's the 26. Chris Shieldsmith making a little bit of contact with Les and sending him around. That's not going to make you very happy, unfortunately. Dang. All right. Battle up front. And both classes, we're kind of watching LMP2. Cameron Bidwell and Paul Gibson are going to be battling, it looks like, here very soon. But right now, the focus is on GTE. Battle for the lead with Mitch Heller and Colin Weatherholt. We're going to kind of try to keep both of these on, or focused on this. I was curious if we was going to finish under the lights. I don't know. Well, there ain't no lights. I was curious if we was going to finish under darkness. Right now, I'm not real sure on that. We're going to be coming to pit stops probably within the next 3 to 4 laps for a lot of these cars, I would imagine. Here we go. Is this the pass for the lead? Nope. Midseller decides to wait. We're going to continue to watch this. We're going to stay with this one for a little bit. As we're right on board, looking back at Mitch Heller on board Colin Weatherholt's car. Remember, Colin going to be your season champion in this class here this season. James Prostel Jr. has elected to come down pit road. Probably scheduled, I would guess. Great looking view of the cars as they work through the S's. A little short shoot. I don't know if I would necessarily call that the S's, but right now, guys, we are mainly focused on the race lead right now for GTE. With Colin Weatherholt running P1, PG13, and Mitch Hiller P2 in class. We've seen this battle a lot this year, like I was talking about earlier. Constantly seen these guys go back and forth. And, well, it's not a surprise to see them go back and forth here. Ooh, back end sliding around a little bit there on both cars. Watch for Mitch to try to set up turn 17. See if he can get a run out as we look high from the blimp cam down the straightaway into turn 17. Distance right now about 4 cars. Now about 3. And then close it in. Watch for Mitch to get a run. Oh, he took that turn really good. Does close the gap up somewhat. Going to stretch it out there a little bit, Weatherholt does. But the same distance that we kind of expected in a way. Meanwhile, Paul Gibson, you can see it right there, trying to run down teammate Cameron Bidwell, the PG-13 drivers, 1-2. Paul Gibson, who we're riding on board with, will be your season champion. Cameron Bidwell, however, would like to be able to take that. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I said, yes, best 6 would go to Paul Gibson. So, oh, it's going to make things really tight here. Working through more classes. That's the 0-1-2 car. Joe Ferrero, I believe is how you say his name. Newcomer this season. Driving that Corvette. Newcomer the last few races, should I say, because I did not recognize the name at first. Something happened to... Oh, no! There you go! Cameron Bidwell goes for a spin. This may cost him this race. He gets passed by a couple cars now, showing P4. We also had an issue with Mitch Heller. He went for a ride as well, I do believe. Look at this, locking the rears up. It looked like brake lock up. Maybe wheel hop. But there's also a change right here for second. Brian Straubach takes away second in class GTE. So Paul Gibson, new leader in class. Brian Straubach takes second in GTE after Mitch Heller, I believe, spin. Ron Robertson still leading GTD class in that 210 Hopper X car. So Dave Hill goes to second in LMP2 with Mark Wilson going to third. Ed Sutcliffe is on pit road. Starting to see some cars hit pit road. We are at the halfway point, so not surprised to see that. Watching Paul Gibson at the moment. Still waiting on some other cars to start hitting pit road. Cameron Bidwell, I do want to mention, has been on and off pit road. Remember, he was the car that spun. As you see a battle here for second. Mitch Heller trying to take that back from Brian Stroudbeck. This could be good. Mitch unable to make the pass just now, but let's see if any of these cars come down pit road. Not this time. They will possibly be here within the next lap or two. But here comes Heller looking to the left side. Going into turn one. Going to have the preferred line. We've seen this before. Even up so far. There you go. Heller takes back second spot in GTE in that Ferrari 488. So when do we see our leaders like Ryan Robertson, Paul Gibson, Colin Weatherholt all hit pit road? We're going to watch Ryan here as he works off turn 16, heading towards pit lane. Turn 17 coming up next. We'll see if he elects to hit pit lane this time or not. Mark Kudrowski having a nice run here too. William Cabela is on pit road in LMP2. And does he elects not to? Is Mark Kudrowski or Robert? Mark Kudrowski coming to pit lane. The 944 car, we're going to watch him come down pit lane. We like getting our full pit lane time here at TRN. I like kind of getting an idea of how long these guys' total pit lane stop is. I see Kudrowski stopping in the box. A very nice blue and white Lamborghini. Nobody else right now on pit lane as far as cars currently running, that is. Oh, he stalled, it looks like, a little bit there. And that was a long pit stop. Very long pit stop. 16.1. I feel like that's extremely long for them guys. So 40.5. So he's got a little bit of work to make up. Next up, Colin Weatherholt GTE. This is your season champion / race leader coming down pit lane. We like to keep an eye on it. We're looking for a pit stop under 32 seconds on pit road would be, I believe, pretty good. So anything under 32 seconds, I feel like it's going to be pretty solid. A little bit of time here. Down and away. And 33, 34, 35. All right, so it looks like for GTE, anything under 34 is pretty solid. We'll tell you, though, Brian Stroudbeck has been on pit road as well. Mitch Heller has not. We're waiting for him to come in. Here's your LMP2 leader. We're waiting for him to hit pit lane. Only him and Robert has yet to hit pit lane in LMP2. Ryan Robertson has not hit pit lane yet in GTD class. Chris Jimenez has hit pit lane, but Dave Hill has not. Paul Gibson had a 38.7 second stop. I did not see him actually exit pit lane. So we're still waiting on Robert and Dave Hill to hit pit lane, and Mitch Heller as well. Most of our leaders, besides Brian Robertson, has been on and off pit road. It all should cycle back through to them guys with Paul Gibson, Colin Weatherholt, and Ryan Robertson possibly keeping the lead. We'll have to double check this, though. It's going to be interesting because Kevin Rydell is going to have a really good chance, I think, actually, to take this lead away. No, I take that back. I do lie. He has not been on pit road. Mitch Heller on pit road. Nikhil Kopker on pit road. Tommy Ryan on pit road. Ryan Robertson probably looking to come this time, I would guess. Watch for Ryan to come in this time as he works into turn 17. Dave Hill has yet to hit pit road as well in the LMP2. And here's Ryan going through 17. I would guess he would hit pit lane this time. Yeah, he's slowing down. It looks like he is going to come in. So race leader and champion Ryan Robertson coming in pit lane. We will watch and see if Dave Hill comes in this time as he works down out of turn 16 down the straightaway, heading towards 17. And Dave Hill probably coming. Yep, he's coming this time as well. So here's something interesting. Mitch Heller will actually win the race off pit road against Colin Weatherholt. Remember I felt like Colin had a long pit stop? Well, he kind of did. 2 seconds longer, and oh, there was interesting here. But he kind of did. And it's allowed Mitch Heller to take the lead by about a half a car length. Very nice. And that battle is going to be strong here as Paul Gibson does retake the lead just now in LMP2. Ryan Robertson keeps lead as well in GTD. As we watch the battle here for the race lead, GTE. Todd Chase says, I predict iRace will implement rain before the end of the year. I mean, it's a possibility. Well, you never know. I mean, they keep adding stuff in. I feel like it's definitely coming. Yeah, Mitch has been really impressive to me this season. That's Alex said, oh, there's a big pass. What about that? You want to talk about a pass? Wait, did he pass him? Where'd Colin go? Oh, Colin ran completely off track. I was wondering. Oh, he completely missed it. Now, this is setting up nice here for Mitch Heller. Watch this. Missed the corner. Had a chance right there. Big chance for Colin. But how about Mitch Heller taking the lead and going to gap a little bit here? This is Mitch's chance to win a race. I mean, that's just being honest. Have an issue with Robert in that 199. He has put it in higher. He's going forward. Is he stuck? It is stuck, and now he goes. It would not get out. He sat there for a while. Now, he was racing right behind that Lamborghini, it looks like. As they go into the corner. Oh, he gets some of the grass and just goes straight and then plows into the tire barrier. And then somehow it gets stuck. I don't know how it got stuck, but it's unfortunate. So Paul Gibson still out front. Mitch Heller now leader in GT E-Class. And Ryan Robertson well in charge here in GTD. We're coming to 4 laps to go next time by here in this one. As we continue to watch Robertson gap a little bit. Do got a battle here for second GTE. Whew, it's been a pretty good race, though. We might have an issue back here with Kevin Kyle. I believe we did. The 65. Had some issues here in turn 1. I think he may have just pulled off, it looks like. It appears to be the case. So this series not going to take a long break at all to start back up. I think they have 1 week off before they start back up. So looking forward to getting back in here with them. Next week after next. I believe that's what it was. Maybe wrong on that, but. Weatherholt having trouble here and getting around Brian Strawback. Now, Colin will go on to win this championship pretty much no matter what happens. We are coming to 3 to go here very soon. Paul Gibson right now about to work off turn 17, so you'll see the ticker switch over to 3 laps to go. Should be popping up right about now sometime. There you go. I'm sorry, now he's working off 17. Now you'll start seeing the ticker switch 3 to go. Paul Gibson, Dave Hill, Cameron Bidwell, your top 3 in LMP2. Mitch Heller, Colin Weatherholt, and Brian Strawback. Colin Weatherholt did take back 2nd place. That is for GTE. It did GTD, Ryan Robertson, Mark Kudrowski, and Robert Centerville. Mark Kudrowski's done a great job here this afternoon. Running P2 and GTD. Not a bad night at all for him. I am anxious to see what classes and cars and all that stuff this series does go to for next season. I don't think it's been confirmed yet. If they make any changes at all to the cars or not. I'm also anxious to kind of see what kind of tracks that they just use to run. I kind of hope that they go back to Long Beach. That was a fun racetrack to watch from my point of view. It was fun. Like to see them go to Spa. I think that would be fun. I'm a big fan of Spa as well. I would not be surprised to actually see that happen in the next one. And as much as I hate Bathurst, I think Bathurst would be fun. As much as I actually hate it, but I think it'd be fun to actually watch them. I like to see some of these different tracks. Even Nürburgring, even though that race would literally be like 4 laps, Nürburgring would be fun to watch. 2 laps to go for your race leader, Paul Gibson in LMP2. Mitch Heller continuing to put down really good laps here in GTE. It's right on board with Mitch here. As nighttime is starting to fall over the racetrack here at Sebring. Running right behind Robert, who's in P3 and GTD, now looking to make a pass on him. And Robert gonna easily get over and let him have that spot. And Mitch will also get a few more laps here. Paul Gibson coming to the white flag this time. And for the final time this season. Oh, we got a slow car here. The 06. I think he basically stopped so he could go out there to get the white flag. Let him go, but who that was. But anyway, white flag is out. Cameron Bidwell set a new fast lap of 46.844. Everybody kind of spaced out now. We're just kind of watching some of these guys. As you see, Mitch Heller. He may be actually on the final lap as well. I'm not 100% sure on this, but he may be on the final lap since he is the one lap down. If not, he's definitely on the final lap now. Oh no, Rod Robertson off the track. Late in this one, he backs it up. He's definitely going to lose the lead, I do believe. He's trying to roll it. Oh, Mark Kudrowski takes the lead away from Ryan Robertson on the final lap of the race. Wow. Ryan had an issue. That never happens. Let's see. Oh, got up on that curve a little bit too much. We're going to have a battle here for the race lead in GTD class. Coming to the checkered, Paul Gibson's going to win the championship, LMP2. Battle right now still going to be back in GTD class. Mark Kudrowski got a chance to put it in victory lane at the final race of the season. And right now he is pulling away. How about that? Mitch Heller working through turn 17 here at Sebring. And he's going to work off. He's going to grab a win here at Sebring. Colin Weatherholt still going to win the championship. But how about Mitch Heller? Getting the job done. Mark Kudrowski. Better late than never. He gets the win at Sebring when Ryan Robertson finishes P2. That was a wild one. Wow. So Paul Gibson, Colin Weatherholt, and Ryan Robertson is your champion, but two different winners, Mitch Heller and Mark Kudrowski, picks up the win over in their respective class. Congratulations to our winners. Congratulations to our champions this season in the Red Sox Racing Season Winter Series 1, sponsored by NotYourAverageGrain.com. We're going to talk to Paul Gibson and other guys that come in here. We're going to be all over the place, so just bear with me as you see your race winner coming down in LMP2 and is your season champion, Mr. Paul Gibson, putting it in victory lane and in the championship circle in LMP2 class. Himself and Cameron Bidwell had a great season battling out. It's going to feel pretty nice working against teammates and then able to get the championship. It's always definitely important, but when you have a teammate you're going against, it makes it a little bit sweeter, I feel like. And there's Mitch Heller coming down pit lane as well, or getting ready to come down pit lane with Colin Weatherholt, season champion in the PG-13 GTE. But we do got Paul Gibson finish a P1 and championship winner.
Well, yep.
This season, Paul, you got me loud and clear, man.
Yep, I got you, Adam.
Good racing all season long. Let's talk about that first. You are the season champion here for the Red Sox Racing Series. You and Cameron battled pretty close in points all season. You was able to get the job
Yep.
done tonight and win the championship. That's got to feel nice to have.
Yeah, that does. That does feel good. Yeah, it's just it. I've been making a lot of unforced errors the last couple races, so it was good to kind of like get back into a little bit of a rhythm, I guess. So, yeah, so that was good. Yeah, Cam just had that little mistake that sent him off, which was super easy to do in these cars, especially in that corner because the concrete changes and it really gets loose there. And yeah, I've spun off there probably 20 times in practice, so
Yeah,
I know how
for
that
sure.
goes.
Sebring, let's talk a little bit about this place, man. Sebring is a very tough track. Everybody's got somewhat of a familiarity with it because, iRacing runs here for 12 hours of Sebring. It's got to feel nice to actually get a win here, especially with how, honestly, this place is tough, especially in the LLP2
Yeah.
cars.
It is really tough. And the way this setup works, it either steers really well or it doesn't. There doesn't feel like there's really thing in between. And so with the P2 and probably about half the corners, you just kind of send it off in there and make adjustments through the corner as the car does its own thing. It just kind of bounds and hops and skips over some of the concrete patches and stuff. So it's real hard to be like, knife edge consistent and, nice car placement every corner. So you just kind of go with it,
For sure on that one.
as you sling it in there.
For sure on that one, man. Well, it was awesome to watch you race this season. You guys, your team can handle them LMP2 cars. It's amazing to watch. Shout outs you want to give out, man, for the season championship and everything else.
Yeah. Shout outs to, I think Colin wrapped up the GTE championship.
He did.
And then I think Dave Robertson probably won the GTD championship. So congrats to him. And yeah, that's it.
Hey, man, good job this season.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Here's an interview I've been wanting to do for a while now. Mitch Heller finally gets the job done, and he came here at Sebring. Mitch, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Man,
Adam, how are you?
I'm so happy for you, dude. I'm not even playing. Like, it's awesome to see you at Victory Lane. This has been a good. I was talking about you during this season or during this race, and I said that you was the most improved driver out of everybody in Red Sox, hands down, no questions asked. This has to feel sweet, man, to finally get a win over here.
It sure does. It's been some really, really tough racing with all these folks. There's some really great guys. It seems as though you really need to put a lot of effort into keeping up with them and getting to meet you. It's difficult.
You've had races where you've been out front, just bad luck strikes. Some on your part, some not. It kind of happened the other way around tonight, and I'm sure you'll take that any way you could get it. To be honest.
Yeah, but you probably here 1 second. I've got some other chatting going on in the background. I didn't figure out how to turn iRacing off, but you saw that I slipped up following very closely behind Colin.
Yes,
so
I did.
it's those mistakes like that that have really gotten me this season. So I just need to calm down a little bit. But as you know, if you relax too much behind some of these guys, you're not going to keep up. So
do you feel like that this helped you I'm sure you learned a lot this season. You feel like that this is the thing that you needed to get you over the hump to basically win a championship, depending on what we run next season?
Possibly, Adam. I think that really it just comes down to calming down in some of these races and not being so aggressive. When I'm on the iRacing service, there's certainly some wins that I've gotten in there. So I know that I can do it. It's just, it's tough to make it happen when you get to these races. So.
For sure on that one, man. Well, finally got to get you in here. I've been talking about you week in and week out, and you finally did it tonight, man. It's awesome to see you get in victory lane. Like that's awesome.
Thank you.
Shout outs and all that you want to give out, dude.
I'd like to give a shout out to yourself, Les, Terry, and really the entire Red Sox team. It's a absolute pleasure to get to race with them.
For sure on that one, man. Hey, good job tonight, man. I'm glad you got to win.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks a lot, buddy. There you
Bye-bye.
go. There's Mitch Heller getting the win here in the GTE class. Good to see that happening. Like I said, definitely well deserved. Next up, Ryan Robertson finishes P2 off of Well, off a weird thing that happened there at the end, but we're going to kind of skip that for a moment. We can talk about the championship. That's more important anyway. Championship, man, in the Red Sox Racing Series. That's got to feel nice. We're going to skip about what happened there at the end, by the way.
I mean, what happened there was just me messing around and pushing on the last lap and just touched the grass and
went for
a
a
ride.
spin, yeah. Man, it's got to feel nice for you. You've been in this series a while now. I think you was in here when I first came in, too. So winning the championship, that's got to feel nice.
Yeah, it was. I came in pretty much I think I had it locked by 1 point, so it was kind of just a mess around race. And but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fast guys in here, and it was nice to win the first GT3 championship. So
for sure, man. And GT3 was brought in this season, so everybody's kind of, I don't want to say new to it because everybody kind of knows how to race them, but there was some really stout guys in that division that you raced against. So that's got to feel nice to go out and, I don't want to say dominate, but you was up front every week, let's just be honest.
Yeah, and Chris gave me a great battle for the championship, and we were going back and forth. It was a shame he wasn't able to make the last 2 races because it would have been nice to see where that one ended up. But it was fun, and all hats off to Mark for winning and collecting off of my mistakes. So.
That was good. Good race though between you two at the end. I was like, Mark's actually going to pull this one off. Either way, it sucks that she spun out, but in a way I kind of chuckled when it happened. I was like, well, he just actually went for a ride. But either way, man, way to dominate this season. Any shout outs or anything you want to give out, and congratulations on the championship.
Thanks. Shout out to Satellite Racing. Shout out to you for casting, and shout out to Les and Terry for running this league, week after week, and keeping it interesting and fun.
For sure on that one. Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, buddy. There you go. We might be able to get Colin in real fast. Let me see if I can grab him real quick. And we'll get him. He does win the season championship over in GTE, and we do got Colin with us right now. Colin, you got a copy?
Hey, I got you.
Season champion, man. How does that sound?
It feels really good. It was lots of work. I'm just really happy.
Yeah, and GTE to me was the closest class all season in my eyes, and everybody kind of came in with a more of an aspect of how to drive the GTE car. So you went up against some really good guys. I know you fell short just a little bit tonight in the win, but that happens from time to time. But man, coming in here this season, I think you had to have the confidence you was able to win a championship, but you did it pretty nicely this season.
I guess you could say that. I really don't know what to say. I mean, I feel like I did the same thing as I normally do, just minimize some mistakes here and there. Obviously, tonight was a little bit different, but still managed to come home second tonight.
Man, it's got to feel nice. I know your teammate wins the LMP2 championship, and then you win the GTE championship. That's got to feel nice as a team as well.
Yeah. Really big shout out to Paul. Really happy for him.
Any other shout outs you want to give out, man? I definitely want to get you in here just because you definitely deserve to be interviewed since you are the champion here this season.
Well, I appreciate that, Adam. Big shout out to you, Les, Terry. Every driver in the Red Sox League has just done an awesome job this season. It's a pleasure to be here, and all PG-13 team. We work really hard, like I always say, but we're not lying.
It shows every time you guys race. I mean, it definitely shows how hard y'all work. Hey, good job this season, man. Congratulations on the championship.
Hey, thank you, Adam.
Thanks a lot, buddy. There you go. There's Colin Weatherholt, and that's going to do it for us, guys. I hope everybody enjoys our broadcast. We'll have a week off, and we'll come back and start this all over again. We will be back Sunday for the ASL series. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. I hope everybody enjoyed it. It was fun on my part for Not Your Average Green Red Sox Racing Series TRN. Thank y'all for watching. Have a great night. Take care, and God bless.